how are we set up? Oh yeah, we're pretty good, I reckon. Oh, I'm sick of having to reset this up every time. It's just pissing me off. I'm in the mood, guys, so beware. Alright. Today is the #1 voted colour for the month, which is purple. Now I was going to go from 5th to 1st, but I got it in my head that I was making purple and the #2 soap, which was yellow, today, and then I can't get it out of my head, so I just cannot make red soap today. I have to make purple and yellow. I've drawn up my little pictures and everything. They're pretty shit pictures, but so I'm making the purple one. So for the month we're going to go from 1st to last instead of last to 1st. So it was in my head, it wasn't in yours. You didn't know, so what does it matter? Alright, so I thought I would bring you in a little early. I'm going to put my micas in my bowls because I don't usually show you guys. I don't usually have that done off camera, but every now and then I like to show you things that that I do off camera. So yeah, but and I might have a little bit of time because the kids left the house. Thank God. Oh, I don't like living with people. I really don't. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm just chucking in a little bit of rice bran. Now normally I take out the oils out of my mix before I've put the milk in there, but as you can see the milk's already in there, so, and it's just, I don't know, it just it's not the, never mind, it's just not the same. Alright, I have a little bit of, I only have a little bit of wisteria here. Let's have a look. I don't know, I might not have to use it all. Oh, you know what, I'll just use it all. So this is going to be a layered soap. And I'm going to have pale purple on the bottom, then a thin layer of really dark purple, but say deep purple, but then I'll start seeing smoke on the water and we don't want that. And then on the top I'm going to have white with purple jojoba beads in it. So, because I have these jojoba beads sitting here that I never ever use. I mean, I have plans for the white and purple ones for the crystal soaps that are coming up in like September or something, but you know, I don't need a whole bottle, a whole jar of them, so yeah, so that's all you do, just mix it in like that. That'll be the pastel soap. This is in a smaller jug because I'm only going to do a thin layer of the dark purple. So, oh, these new containers, they're not going to come open without you forcing them. So this is Magic Violet, which is absolutely glorious. I'm going to put a good whack of that in there because I do want this one to be really dark. And then Illustrious, which is a glorious colour. It's almost black, but it's just got this beautiful, don't know. See if I can squish it onto the spoon. And then can you see that sheen? It's absolutely glorious. So we'll do that. So I've put about, it's a little bit more of the Magic Violet than the Illustrious, but not much. So it's relatively even. And I'm not sure that this is going to be dark enough. What I'll do is I'll leave it at that. Now all I'm doing is mixing to try and get as many of the lumps out as I can so that the mica is reasonably dispersed. I need to put that on my containers. I'll put that there for now because that reminds me that I need to order. So yeah, so you just mix it until it's nice and smooth. You can see it's nice and smooth, doesn't have lumps in it now. So that's all dispersed really nicely, and then when you pour your soap batter in and you give it a mix, it comes up off the bottom and you don't have any lumps. So that's why we mix it in with oils, because it just takes a little bit longer to incorporate if you just put the powder in. But I mean, if you've got time to play, then it's not a problem. All right, so we're ready to go. Look, I even measured out my lye. Oh, that's got stuff in it. Yeah, this one had a few little bits in it. I'm just using the caustic soda from. That's my lye one. I can go over there. From Coles. So it's not. I mean, technically, it's not like high grade because it's just drain cleaner. But so yeah, so sometimes it's got little bits in it. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to use that one either. I didn't want to didn't want to use this one because I'll probably wipe my hands on it. So actually, you know what? I think today I'm going to wear gloves. Hello. I haven't had sinus for a long time because I haven't been doing many candles and soaps and that, so I haven't been touching fragrance. And I've noticed that since I've been working a bit more and actually getting fragrance on my hands, my sinus has come back. So I'm really beginning to suspect that my sinus is probably a contact-based allergy. So yeah, so I felt like shit last night because I made soap yesterday. So yeah, all right. Why is that greasy? I don't know how my thing can be greasy already. Like, really? Really? Oh dear, whatever. Now, as you just saw, because I scraped out the lye container, this had lye on the end of it, so I always go into the soap, get a little bit of soap batter on the end and do that, so that way there's no straight lye sitting on that, just in case, you know, I pick it up with my, I've got gloves on at the moment, but you know, in case I pick it up with my hands or it accidentally falls off and hits my foot or something, you know, it's just a precaution. I mean, I'm not overly worried because I have gotten this 1-to-1 ratio lye on me before and it doesn't burn me. It depends upon your skin, so don't just assume because it doesn't burn me it won't burn you. Always be very careful of your lye. See, it's just stupid, I can't believe I have to say this, but you know, in this day and age we cater to the lowest common denominator. White with purple beads. So I've got the purple beads, we've got the pale, we've got the dark, and this is going to be white, but I'm not going to put any titanium dioxide in it. Doxide, I said it again. Apparently now it's just titanium dioxide, that's it, that's the end of it. It's a new word now, put it in the dictionary. Oh dear. So I haven't got a chance to try out the new camera yet, but my new acrylic mould hasn't come, so yeah, that looks pretty emulsified. Because we will have to do a little bit of blending, I think. Well, I will with this because it's going to have titanium dioxide in it. Oh dear, I'm such an idiot. Alright, so there's a little bit of something there. Not anymore. No. Can you hear that? That's a kid walking down the street with a handheld Bluetooth speaker because he thinks he's so friggin' cool and listens to the coolest music, so he has to have everybody else hear it too. I tell ya, I sound like my mum. It's like, kids today. Well, probably I sound more like my dad. Just wondering if this is enough. I don't think it will be. I think I'm going to put in a bit more. I'm going to have to put titanium dioxide in that because it is not light enough. But the dark one, I only want it like really thin, like almost mica line thin, but just a thin layer. So yeah, that's, I mean, it's absolutely glorious colour. But yeah, no. But I mean, seriously, who walks around with a Bluetooth speaker listening to music? And it's one thing to listen to a stereo in your car. It's a whole other to walk down the street with a stereo so loud I can hear every single freaking word. So really, are you that desperate for attention? That's probably what it is. I don't know. I just shouldn't let it bother me, should I? Because what difference does it make to me? It just annoys me. Everything annoys me today, I tell ya. That kid of mine, my youngest, of course. It's always the youngest. Oh, he's supposed to do. He hasn't been paid from the doll since the 22nd of November, right? It's now the 6th of March. Look at this. Isn't that glorious? So yeah, so he hasn't been paid for a while. So obviously he's, you know, a little cranky at the doll, you know, at the government. But so they've now told him they has to do the work for the doll scheme, which I thought was good because he needs to get off his ass and stop sleeping. He's awake for like 9 hours of a day. That's it. You say, well, we've got nothing to do, so I may as well sleep. You know, and then they tell him he's got to work for the doll. It just didn't go. He's supposed to go this week, and it's now either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not entirely sure. Let me look. It's Wednesday, see? I don't know what day it is. I'm going to give that a mix because what I'll do is I'll show you. You know how I always say you can't mix titanium dioxide with just by mixing it, and you have to stick blend it? That's what it looks like now. Now, I'll come over here and I'll try and tip that towards you guys so you can get a really good look. Alright, we're going to leave that. I'm going to put that to the side when it stops dripping on me. And I am going to actually lighten this one. I'm not going to leave that stand up in there. I have learnt my lesson. Really, honestly, I have learnt my lesson, I promise. Never doing that again. I keep wanting to throw things over there. I don't know why. I don't actually have anywhere to throw it. We'll just sit it over there, shall we? Okay. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. Whoop. There's not very much left in there. And I don't have any more. No. I don't have any more of a lot of things. That's what I saw in my head. Alright, that's the last of the stick blending. We won't be doing any more of that, so we now no longer need that. We do, however, need some fragrance. So this is hot pink lime. I probably haven't mentioned that at any point. I suppose because the point of this soap is not the fragrance, but the colour, isn't it? So I wanted something that didn't discolour, because if you use something that discolours, jojoba beads, because they're wax, will discolour as well. So you end up with brown spots instead of your pretty coloured spots. Now this is not thick enough. I may have to zhuzh some more. I don't know why I call it zhuzh. It's just it's stuck now. It's just one of those things. You know how it is. You know. Alright, we have to do some more zhuzhings. Some more zhuzhings. It doesn't matter if the layers aren't perfect anyway. That really doesn't matter. You know what I'm like. Alright, now pouring one of these off. For those of you who are new to the channel, I make little smell me soaps, which I call them smell me's. They're just little soaps that sit in front of my soap displays at the markets because I use something that will not come out of my mouth. I plastic wrap my soaps. Oh dear, I swear sometimes it just open my mouth and nothing comes out. Apparently, I did read though that that losing your words like that is a part of menopause. So could be it. I'll be 50 this year, guys. The big 50, my friends. And I'm not even worried about it because look, I'm not even hiding it. Because I don't care. Why would I care? I'm never going to act my age. Really, never. It's never going to happen. If you guys are ever expecting a sensible video, you're shit out of luck. Although now the beginner series ones were pretty sensible, I think. I can't remember, it was a while ago. I'm having an idea. Because this is playing so nicely, I might put a white mica line in here. Okay, nix that idea. I don't have any white mica. Just not set up at all. I really want to do this the way I want to do it. Oh, shish. We'll just roll with it. We'll just have to just break the fall very gently. Whatever. Actually, what we might do is we'll leave that there for a minute. Let's come back to this one. Get rid of that. Oh, sweaty hands. Let's mix the thingamabobbers in here. That would be the jojoba beads. They're now called thingamabobbers. So here you go. Here's that, and as you see it on the camera all the time, that is what I hate about my body more than anything, because I can't fix it. Even when I got down to 76 kilo, I still had these great big fat elbows. Hate them. Absolutely hate them. Now I'm just sprinkling liberally. I'm just gonna sprinkle, as you can see. Well, you can't really, but I'm gonna mix and see if there's enough in there for my liking. Yeah, they just look like poppy seeds. You know what I might do? I'm going to, because this is a purple soap, going to tint that just ever so slightly. Let's see what happens. Just have to just a little bit more. This is me just changing on the fly. I mean, that's what's the good thing about soap making. You can do this and it just, you know, something doesn't work the way you want, just try something different. I'm just thinking it's a purple soap, so it should all be purple. So now it is. This is just a very, very pale, creamy pastel. It's very nice. Alright, so I think that's probably enough. I don't want to go overboard with the jojoba beads because I don't want them to overpower the other design aspects. So that's set up a little bit, so let's put this in her. Actually, before we do that, let's get another spatula. Oh, it's so hot today. Jeez. I'm standing here sweating. It's not pleasant. It really is hot today. What it is we've had some really lovely mild days. And now today's like a summer day again, even though it's autumn. And yeah, it's like, yuck. Yucky yuck. Oh, so I was watching Keely on Soy and Shay yesterday. So funny. And she made this cactus soap. No, she didn't. That was someone completely different. That was Future Primitive, which made me want to buy cactus moulds. What did she make? Oh, the bloody raindrop one. It's so funny. I have got one of the months, I think July is Techniques month. And one of it is the mini drops, and I was going to do the exact same design as what she bought out yesterday. I swear sometimes we are twins. We also saw the same video, so I think that's why it triggered our minds, and I think we think quite similarly when it comes to soap designs. And although she was really clever in that she cut out this cloud out of cardboard and she dragged it along the top of a soap, so she got that cloud shape in the bottom. See, I was just going to do, and I still will, I'm not going to copy her, although it's a really good idea. I was just going to do flat and then pipe soaps on the top. So, no, not soaps. Yeah, soap, but clouds. But yeah, unfortunately her soap set up really quickly, the poor bugger. And it didn't come out. It still looked really nice, and then what she did on the top looked gorgeous. So, but yeah, it was like, I was sitting there watching it going, is she really going to do the same bloody soap as me? Look, she bloody well is. It's the same drawing and everything. It's so weird, you know. If it was, you know, I was going to say if it was anybody else, I would have thought that they stole my idea. But seeing as I haven't actually shown anyone any my idea, it would look more likely that I was stealing hers. But we're both actually doing a design that we saw another soaper do. So, in our own way. Alright, so I'm just pouring on the back of my spatula here to break the fall so it doesn't break through, because we're not doing a drop swirl. Surprise, surprise! You guys know how much I love my drop swirls. I do actually. I think they're one of the most beautiful soap designs of all, to be honest. Because they, you are just letting the soap talk. I know that sounds really stupid, but the soap just does what it wants to do, and I just think that that's beautiful, because I just love soap. I don't know why. I'm very fleeting in a lot of my endeavours in life. Like, I'm very typical bipolar in that I want to try everything, but I usually don't ever stick to anything, you know. But soaping is just one of those things that I've been doing for a really long time now, and I don't see a time when I won't do it. Like, I can imagine not doing candles anymore, because they're not, for me, candles are not creative. They are just a way to make money, honestly. You know, like, I like mixing different scents and that. I find that part creative, but the pouring of wax and, like, they look the same, and people want them to look the same, you know. So, whereas soap, it's more about the smell than anything else. So you are afforded more creativity in that if it smells the way they want it to smell, they don't really care what it looks like, the customer. So, yeah. But, well, that was a waffle, wasn't it? But yeah, I have a tendency to flip from one project to the next, but I've always been like that. That's, anyone who knows me will go, yeah, she's doing something new. What's she doing this week, you know, sort of thing. So, it's like, you know, I have taken up bullet journaling this year. I knew about bullet journals because a chick that I watch, a girl, lady, whatever, a chick that I watch on YouTube. I can't remember her channel. So with Wendy, I think it is, or with Wendy. She's an Asian girl. She's absolutely gorgeous. And she sews things that you can sew along with. Anyway, I've been watching her for quite some time, and she started talking about her bujo and bullet journal, It's just a lot quicker to say Bujo. And I was sort of like, oh yeah, righto, you know, that looks awesome, but I just don't have the time for that. So that was way back sometime last year, and then this year I was like, oh, I need to be more organised, you know, with all this, with the soap videos and everything, and yeah, just now I'm just addicted, and that sort of led back to my love of watercolour, and so I'm learning how to watercolour properly. Although I'm still winging it mostly, but it's turned out alright, so, you know. Oh dear, this is a very slow soap, isn't it? It's very slow because I'm waiting for this to set up just a little bit more because it's very liquid. I should have zhuzhed it. I won't zhuzh this because then this will make this too heavy. I could probably pour it in there on the back of the spatula. It should be alright. I'm going to move it over to this container though. So we might get a couple of little purple streaks in it, but I'm not really worried about that. But it's just very hard to pour out of these containers. Oh, I need to scrape the bowl. Scrape the bowl. I'm not sure what accent that is supposed to be. It's not really supposed to be anything, but it's just me being a dickhead. Scrape the bowl. Well, it's kind of German, isn't it? Scrape the bowl. I don't know. I don't know. I'm such an idiot. Oh dear. Yeah, had a bit of an argument with someone on Facebook yesterday. I voiced an opinion, which is not a popular opinion, and she come back and basically told me that I had white privilege and that I should check myself before I wreck myself. Yeah, I was quite surprised actually, because I don't feel like I have any privilege whatsoever, but just because I'm white. But I guess that's what white privilege is all about, isn't it? I think I don't really know, and I don't really want to get into it because it sort of comes under political debates, and I'm really not that interested in that. I know that, you know, I don't get handouts. I just live my life, and you know, as I said to her, there's some weeks when I don't have enough money to eat 3 meals a day, so you know, I don't feel privileged in any way, shape or form, thank you very much. So alright, we're just gonna have to rusk it. This, you can tell, I don't know if you guys can see that, it's got a skin on the top of it, but it's still loose underneath, so fingers crossed this is just gonna not wreck it. And if it does, well, it does. I've wrecked the little smell me. I don't really care. So yes, it's still not very thick, that little thin layer, and it is, the thing is too, is it's a thin layer. So alright, just gonna just pour, just see what happens. I'm just doing it very slowly, and yes, there is purple has mixed in here. Oh shit. Yeah, okay, well, it'll be interesting to see what this soap looks like, because it's not going to have a purple layer. Not what I thought anyway, because I can see that it's all bunched up. Oh well, whatever. Like I said, the beauty of soaping air. See, look, it definitely broke through there. I've touched it as well, so well, never mind. I might just continue doing that a little bit. It'll still look like soap, it just won't look how I wanted. So I was actually considering doing that thin layer in melt and pour, which I may do next time. So, but I need to stop fart-assing around because that kid will come back at some point. Can you tell how enthused I am about that? Oh, just, yeah. Just like, you know, that's the story I was telling about the work for the doll. So he was supposed to get his first payment on Friday, and he got a 0 payment, which come up on his MyGov app, which is how we know anything from any payments from Centrelink, right, here in this country. Anyway, so yeah, so he got 0 payment, so he got the shits. And then he went down on Friday afternoon and seen his Nortec person, and they said, you have to work for the doll. And he says, oh, he come home, went off his head, and I'm not going to work for the doll if they don't pay me. Why do they expect me to work for no money? The thing is, he got a 0 payment, so for the next 2 weeks he has to work, and then he gets a payment, which he seems to think that he should get paid before he does any work. So now he's decided he's going to go to the doctors and gets a medical certificate to say that he's been sick for 2 weeks and couldn't do work for the doll, because otherwise Friday next week will come and he won't get any doll because he didn't go and work for it. So I'm really pissed off that he's doing this, because just go and do what you're supposed to friggin' do. I'm sick of him in my house, and the reason he's in my house is because he has no money. So like I just told you guys, some weeks I can barely afford to have one meal myself, so now I'm paying for him for everything, and he smokes and he thinks I should pay for his cigarettes, and I won't anymore, and I'm sick of it. Oh, listen to me, I'm getting cranky. Yeah, and it's just like he just expects all these handouts all the time, and I did not raise the child like that. Like, the other two aren't like that. Like, Travis wouldn't expect a handout from anybody, you know, and I don't understand. I just assume it's because of the BPD and, you know, the ADHD and all of that he just, I just don't know. I hate to blame mental health for his behaviour, but I don't know. I just don't know. I just know it pissed me off. He's just been like a lazy little prick. Just like do it. You're gonna have to do it at some point. And you know, he's just now gonna be here for another week. And you know, February is a really bad month for people who do markets anyway. I made like $300 for the entire month. You know, you can't live on $300 for a month. Anyway, enough of that. This is very loose, so it's not really going to do anything. I'm just playing to see what it will do. But yeah, alright, so we're going to have a flat top. So let's do, what can we do? Let's do this magic violet, and we'll just give it a sprinkle. Oh guys, it's so hot. It's just like, I even have sweat on my top lip. That's how hot it is. Let's just go down the middle. Although, you know, there's a bit of a breeze, albeit a hot breeze, blowing in the window, so. Get a bit closer so it's a bit thicker. up here so it just actually does blow everywhere. And then I might turn it around. Because it's all blowing that way. Well, this is be interesting to see what happens. I'm intrigued now as to what that middle layer will do. I think it's just going to I think it will have gone up in the middle. So this is why I don't wear gloves. I mean, this is disgusting. Not that you guys want to know that, but there's really not anything purple. I didn't get purple, so we won't use that. We use some glitter. Oh, meow meow. Bloody cat sitting in the middle of the friggin' room, as usual. Always in the middle of the room. There we go, that's pretty. Pretty purple. Alright, well, I'll go on. I don't think there's any need for a close-up for that, is there? Should I just do close-ups for everything, regardless? Let me know what you think in the comments. Should I just do close-ups even if they're just little low tops like this? Or should I just do it just for textured tops and whatnot? Whatnot. Alright, I'm going to shut up now because I've been doing this for a while. I don't know, this thing doesn't tell you how long you've been recording for. That's a bit shit. And also, if you know a good video recording software, preferably free because I've just paid for other stuff, for like webcams and whatnot, let me know. Alright. I'll see you for the cut or the close-up or whatever. Bye. Hello. Today is all about lessons. Well, for me it is anyway. Turns out that even if you have no vanillin in your fragrance, jojoba beads still go brown, because I haven't got this other one out, but it looks like those ones have gone brown too. So, yay. I'm really not happy. But I now know, so I will no longer use them inside soaps. I will just use them on top for decoration or in body products. So, I mean, there are options. It's just really friggin' annoying because, you know, nobody wants brown spots in their bloody soap. And it's brown. It's not even like faintly brown. It's like brown. They're not even remotely purple. Soap turned out alright though. It's as you can see, well, I thought it would go that way, which it has, like long ways along the soap, but you can see it's pushed up but it's also pushed outwards, which it'll do if this layer is heavier and this is more liquid, it does exactly this. It will push it down and out. So looks kind of cool though, so let's not worry about that. Now, I was just saying on the on the soap group to someone, just let the soap do what it does and just don't stress about it. I think they were worried about glycerin rivers, which this one does not have any. I'm actually really enjoying this middle layer. So that's from the you know, I was going to say it was from the stuff on top, but I don't think it is, because it's in every single one. Oh, I know what that is. That's right, because there was a little bit of purple in the it's a little tiny swirl. A little tiny swirl. This one's really nice. I like this. That's really pretty. But yes, as you can see, this layer is a lot thicker than this layer. See how this one's sort of pushed out to the sides, and this here is where it's pushed up in towards the middle of the loaf. So, but yes, it smells absolutely friggin' amazing, as hot pink lime is, you know, want to do. That one is superb. Look at this nice tiny little curl. It's so cute. Yeah, soap, you just, when you're making soap, just let the soap do what it wants. If you try and force soap to do things, and you know I've said this before, if you're just going to try and force soap, it just becomes, it makes soap less fun and more stress. So if you just make your soap and just let it do what it wants to do, like within reason, like you still force gel and things like that, but I mean for the most part, just make a soap. Trust me, it's a lot less stress. I would know. So I love soap making, and I don't ever want it to become something that's really stressful. So I don't try and force the soap to do what I want it to do. Like this here, you can see, this is a perfect example. You can see here how would be where I started pouring, and you can see it's pushed in towards the middle. Now, you know, I should be worried about that, and I should be like all stressed and stuff, but why? Why? Apparently the soap turned out awesome. I mean, that still looks awesome. And people are going to buy one bar. They're not going to buy this whole thing and then line them up and go, oh, look, she made a mistake. They're going to buy one bar, so they'll get this bar. You know, and that one looks fantastic, see? So, yeah, so just, if you're making soap, just make it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy the process. Don't stress about what's going to happen. Just go with the flow. Let the soap be your master. Because otherwise, you're going to stress. Alright. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.